council, and we are happy to retcon anything back into you guys having discussed it at said war council. But yeah, you guys all get assembled by Redain and Sajar. And there's that fucking box from last time, Anushka. There it is.
Box.
That fucking
Y'all
box.
made fun of me. Yes, I remember. Box.
So,
Oh wait, there was actually
Sajar
Probably
would
deserved
have
it.
put some, like, whatever you guys have ordered in the past that seems your go-to, that would be on the table as you arrive. And he stands there. Have a seat. Sit.
Oh yes, my favorite potato juice thing.
Potato
Anushka,
juice?
Anushka, it's called vodka.
I'm joking.
No.
No, you're not joking anymore.
Anushka said it in
Actually,
person.
yeah.
If it was a joke as Anushka, it's going to be ripped on now.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake.
You're getting shit on.
I know.
Potato juice. My favorite.
Mm.
Fine, I was also going to teach her to read.
Anyways,
Now, you're probably wondering what's in the box. And given our time in Duvros, I have had time to think.
There we go.
I never thought I would say this about a twinsy in town, but here we are, in Duvros. Our time here has been a luxury, though I understand if you do not share the sentiment, Oriana, given the
It just blinks like a lizard.
circumstances of your predicament and the nature of our unfortunate arrival. However, the kind of time we spent here is precious, especially given everything we still have ahead of us. I turn to Amber. He opens the box, takes out a tiny box from the big box. It looks exactly the same as the big box, except it's small. Amber,
yeah.
I admire yours and Anushka's courage. It takes guts and trust to face danger side by side like you do. Trust is a leap of faith, and I've seen you both jump several times. Nurture that and take it from me. Communicate honestly and openly with each other. I don't want to overstep, so I'll leave it at that. But here is something for you to remind you of your Valentine. It's my hope that you might be able to store some happy memories tucked away so they can't be stolen. Here, open it.
I mean, if it's me doing the stealing, I don't think anything can stop that. He
Exactly.
takes it over and brings it over to you, Anushka.
Was that sorry?
She takes that which Sajar offers and brings it over to you.
Oh, okay. He's just sort of gonna stare at the box and just be like, "What's in it? What's in it?"
She begins opening it up slowly after looking it over a cursory inspection for traps.
You'd think it would trap it. You're right.
And then she opens it up after seeing that it is indeed not trapped.
So inside, she finds this an earring. It's a deep green link with a pin that sticks into the ear. She can put it wherever she wants. And at the end of the very deep green link, the same kind of color Anushka wears with her clothing sometimes, is a ruby that's been sculpted into a perfect replica of one of her bullets.
Are all of them going to be this cheeky? She just immediately begins putting it on.
Well, I guess you'll find out. Anushka, the list of people I trust to wheel a gun behind my back is very short. Know that you're at the very top of that list.
Oh, I guess. Diamond.
I notice aesthetics, and forgive me if this is overstepping, but when my grandfather, when his curse oxidized his scales, he lost a big part of what made him feel like himself. I don't know if this gift is insensitive. If it is, that is not my intent, and I apologize, but if I could have given him something like this, it would have meant a lot to him. So I'm making a lot of assumption here, and I'm hoping you don't hate it. Here you go. Slide over a box to her, Anushka.
Okay, she'll just sort of like gingerly take it in case it's like, I don't know, like something horrific.
The bomb.
Yeah. Sort of open up as a note saying your parents are dead. Like,
Well, the dead to you.
yeah, exactly. She'll open up the box, I guess, and just kind of hear in.
Yeah, so you see as you open the box, at first you think, is that a very tiny drinking cup? Like a drinking horn? But then it clicks.
Viking.
So, black gold, hollow, studded on one sort of in a straight line along one, like the far curve of the horn, and then there's that same pattern that you have on your other horn.
Yeah.
3 lines and then a single line inlaid with white gold on top of the, like within the black gold. And there are little studded gemstones, like I said. I already mentioned that. Yeah. And if you were to put it on, it would fit the part of your slightly damaged horn. So you have a matching set.
Yes. Those questions you were asking me a while ago are finally making sense.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
You gotta change it right now.
I know, right? I know. I've already got a bloody picture of Anushka as well, like I did not too long ago. God
Yeah,
damn it.
sorry.
Don't
small
worry, I'll
emeralds.
just kill you guys in the operation, and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, she'll just kind of like sort of take it out, examine it, and just sort of like, I don't know, very kind of shyly, I guess, just sort of plop it on. See if there's a mirror kicking about somewhere she can have a look. Kinda, yeah, very sort of, yeah, she's being very self-conscious, I guess. That's probably the best way to describe it, just, oh, everyone's looking.
Cesar has given Anushka a horn.
Anushka is free!
Just runs away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
gone
kill a
for
dog!
That's the secret to being free of your foe god.
I hope you like it. If you don't, that's okay.
No, I
turns
do.
over
I
to-
do. It is nice. It's nice to have a full horn again. I suppose.
I know something like this can never. It doesn't mend. It's how I see you.
Oh, thank. It's pity. I don't think I've ever owned something this nice before. And she's like sort of kind of twisting and turning, so it's like fits just right
I got you.
on like whatever kind of reflective surface you can like see it.
Amber just like stands up and like helps you with it.
Yeah.
I'll make a capital Y out of you yet.
All right, I'm getting there.
Yeah, then now you can meet my
Good
sister.
luck.
And she won't make fun of you.
She probably still will.
I mean, I got.
I mean, if she does, I will fucking give her a noogie or something.
I'll do to that. But I'll do to that.
Sajar looks very pleased with himself.
Anushka's very, very pleased as well.
Oriana.
Hmm.
I do not have a cure for what ails you. If I did, that's what you would find in this box, and it takes one out. Instead, I have for you something which in its design is the sum of many parts, for that is how I think you will find what you need in the future, by being a part of the collective sum.
She quirks an eyebrow in intrigue.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. And he hands over the box.
Yeah, she's going to reflect on that advice for a minute before, or not a minute, a little bit before opening the box, and then crack that bitch open before saying thank you. She wants to know what she's thinking of.
So, so inside you find a brooch, where imagine like a cloak buckle, where one side rising flat from your chest is a bunch of leaves in this same deep green gold as Amber's chain. And you have like this pin that you can attach into the center of the leaves. They form kind of like a star. A stem that splits into 4 branches. And at the very top of each branch, there is this almost like upside down bell. Little flowers made from topazes. And they have this gold lining that sort of accents the details of the leaves and the inside of the actual flower. I forget the name in common, but this is designed after a plant which is known to cure many things. And I hope it can bring the many parts. And I gesture to the group and sort of show you how to click the 2 pieces together a little closer.
She kind of like wipes her nose. Like, thanks. I was gonna ask how that worked. This is far too fancy for what I normally wear.
You could always hide it under your cloak.
I mean, that's rude to the craftsmanship, now, isn't it? She finds a spot on her that's like not hidden at all and just puts it on, probably like the shoulder piece or something. Oh no, you know what it is? She used it to hold the banner of brothers into place. Connecting factors. But yeah. Anyways.
Wait a minute. I think the name was Severin's Grace. Do I have that right? You more studied people.
Anyone trained in nature or medicine?
I don't think.
Yeah. Don't know
Roll
if
it
I
up.
do know the name though.
Severance.
Might recognize the flower from the, if not the name.
Damn.
Okay, well, 14. 18.
Damn.
Does
is-
Silas get a roll?
Does Silas have medicine or nature train?
Maybe as a bard? This is random shit.
Need not muted.
I was muted that whole time, wasn't I? No, I don't have medicine or nature trained. And I even asked, I was like, could I politely ask as a bard to...
And then we ignored you.
Not sure that's needed.
I'll give you a disadvantage roll.
So some.
Redane could also
What am I
get a
rolling?
background at disadvantage.
That's what I thought.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
disadvantage means
oh.
nothing today.
Jeez.
I'd also allow a roll for Redane, but his is straight. No, yours is 18. Between the two of you bards, the name, well, first off, Severin,
Right.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
the royal line, King Severin. There's always a Severin on the throne. It'll be like that till the end of time. maybe beyond. Severan's Grace is a rare type of plant that's native to the provinces. It doesn't grow anywhere else, to the point where if you try to grow it somewhere else, it actually dies pretty immediately. To the point where botanists and theologists surmise that it is a divine plant to some soft degree. It is a, delicate pale yellow, and it has a natural glow about it. And yes, it is renowned amidst herbalists and apothecaries for healing capabilities. The methods in which one would turn it into medicine changes from report to report, practice to practice. But it is highly prized because it is pretty rare. More than pretty, it is super rare.
It is pretty and rare, and pretty rare.
Correct.
And the reason Shador knows about it is because his grandfather's curse, they tried all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They try.
Anything.
It fixes a lot of ailments. It can't fix curses.
Indeed.
Unless it's an ailment. It's a curse that somehow comes from
Yeah.
an ailment, in which case then we're crossing into weird territory. Anyways. Yeah, so you two are right. Even if apparently a lot of other people at the table don't. Leave it to the bards.
That was just nods.
Silas,
Mhm.
the other day when I saw you write a letter home, it occurred to me that I too miss my home sometime, especially given these circumstances. And it is my hope that my gift to you, when it takes out a box, will remind you of your home and whatever good memories that you have there. Your particular penchant for chaos has found ways to lighten and brighten some very dark moments. And if the River Company ever has a morale officer, I would cast my vote with you. He slides over a box.
Takes it and very gingerly opens it.
Inside, you find this. Okay, so there's two white gray, gold ear cuffs, and linked together with a very thin green link that descends down from both of the cuffs into this sort of dangling arrangement of green leaves made from solid gold, and a purple golden flower shaped like also a bell, but with this little. It's an actual bell, so there's this little thing in the middle that if you move around, the leaves will tingle a little bit, very subtly, as will the flower itself.
Oh no. You've just.
Also look
Oh.
over it. Sorry, Discord was lagging. You interrupted you.
No, Amber is just lamenting her concern.
We give her
Also
a call.
smile softly and look up at you like, can I give you a hug?
Of course, come here.
And Sals will hug him very tightly. Whisper thank you.
Pat, pat.
And then they try putting it on.
Redain takes out the box. How do I say this? Let my gift to you be a reminder and a small light in the darkness that might come to shroud the days ahead. I think it's easy to lose yourself in chasing dreams when you are awake without realizing you can only find them when you sleep. Know, though, that no matter which dream you end up chasing, I hope to be there with you, come what may. and slides over a box.
He just looks down. Whatever it is, thank you. Then opens it.
So, inside he finds this ring. It's about the size of a signet ring. It's shaped very similarly. So there's this white, gray, gold band that sort of swells into a pillow-shaped, almost square-like facet with a like a very bright sort of sapphire embedded in the middle of the pillow.
He looks at it and takes off a glove and slides it on his finger. Of course, you knew the right size.
I heard about your fort.
Wait, what did you say?
I said he heard about your fort.
How interesting. A fort.
You have a fort, Rodane.
Why are we going for a keep if we already have a fort?
Alice grins knowingly.
The best one, Captain Ricewell.
How interesting.
I should like to see it one day.
I'm afraid they're not inviting new people in, but perhaps you can petition the monarch.
Petition the monk.
Oh, me.
Now, Dorky, I'm sorry you're not here, but if you're listening,
The VOD.
Time's it.
Deet, I will be honest. I don't know you as well as I would like. And about the question Bredane asked you earlier, I don't really care what your answer is. It doesn't change that you belong with us, so as long as you want to be here. I have seen the quality of your character in how you look after both June and Kebab, as well as us. You seem a kind soul, so for you I have something that speaks to the bond I see you share with both of them. And if she were to open her box, she will find a white, gray, gold medallion in the shape of a wolf head with chewing on what looks like Deet's rapier, except there's tiny little diamonds in the shape of little kebab meat, along like a skewer, and he's just nomming away. And it's on this leather cord, so she can tuck away if she wants to. Now, if the rest of the vagrants and the Lambert Kasai, if they're there, I'll turn to them and say, I'm afraid this is all I really had time to work on, but I have made plans to make something for you as well in the future. And I'm sorry, Alessandra, I don't really know you all that well yet, but
We have known
perhaps
each other for a collective 3 days. I was not expecting to give.
That's fine.
5 days,
Wow.
actually.
Vasa chimes in. Anything you got is good by us, right? Zal nods in this sort of quasi-sagely mode. It doesn't help his case though that he had just drank a pint of beer and he has a mustache from the foam.
That makes it better.
Yep. But at least
Good
it's still coming out of his nose.
I mean, anything you give over, it could be a hunk of shit made of gold, and I'd value that. Honestly, That would also be pretty funny, not gonna lie.
It would also probably
There you go,
quite
Joe.
valuable if it's solid gold.
Don't give him a pile of shit made of gold.
Tell you
Don't do
what. Tell you what. If things turn out well with the operation, I'll tell you a story about exactly that when we get back.
Zol is just like, huh? Nice. Well, hell. I mean, I ain't eager to go fight a hag, but if a story like that's on the line, what's a boy to do? You're a boy. It's all things on it. In a way, I am. I have this childlike wonder about me.
That you do.
Definitely
About the
childish.
level of intelligence as well.
Thank you. Wait.
No problem, bud. Don't.
Wait, hold on.
Keep drinking. I just lifted the cup to his mouth.
And just looks at him. Don't lose that about you.
Yeah. I guess I'm the only fool of a twinsie that maintains a sense of happiness, huh? No offense, Anushka.
None taken.
I know you do seem pretty sad all the time. You gotta get that fixed.
Do I? Oh, maybe it's on my friends, my quotation mark friends sort of ragging on me all the time, but you know that apart from that.
Wait, who was ragging on you?
Oh, we interrupted Sir George doing his bath and they all got very...
Oh, that's fucked up.
Anushka,
That is pretty fucked up. Like, I
Should
love
you
you, I
have
really
done
do, but that is
that?
pretty fucked up.
You interrupted his bath?
Well, me, Redane, and...
Yes, we were having a
So-
meeting in my room while I was having a bath. It was very productive.
Sounds like it.
Well, regardless, anyway. I tried to get them to read something for me and there was nothing on it, and then there's a whole thing about lemons, and anyway.
Sai just looks at you. Lemons?
I was about to say the same thing.
Long story, I'll tell you. Still,
Do not worry, Sija. We are not greedy or conniving people. Take your time making whatever it is you decide to make. It will be good regardless. I'm sure.
I appreciate that.
While we're all assembled here, by the way, there might be something I will try to do on the way over during the march. If you are inclined to do it.
Is it something that... Can we have inclination of what it is?
It is a glimpse into beyond. One that we've all seen, except he gestures at Delta Troop. And he gestures at Alessandra but stops halfway. But he doesn't say anything past that.
Would Amber also fall in
I
that group?
see.
Ah. To a degree, yes. Huh? Wait, I didn't see shit. Wait, what?
No, that's
In
the,
due time.
that's the situation. Don't worry about it.
In due time.
If you have something, Lambert, I would be very keen to hear what you have to say.
During the march. I don't think I would
Nice.
want to try to do it in divorce.
A sentiment I can understand.
Yes, speaking of sentiments you understand and divorce being very dangerous, you guys hear a knock on like a column that you guys are near.
Looks over.
Looks up.
Silverwood. There are 4 Silverbloods allotted to this operation. They do not all look the same. They all look drastically different, I will say that.
But you got one token for him.
I have the art for the other ones.
In token form?
No, not in token form. Here's
I
one.
didn't think so.
There's one.
Oh my.
She's part zombie.
I was about to say, oh my.
She is
Two.
that's her own grave, isn't it?
Oh my.
No, you
And
have a giant you're going for.
Here's the thing, I don't have art of them normally. But I do have art for another one of them.
Werewolf.
Whoa!
No!
Oh. Oh my.
Oh no!
Silverbloods, you say, huh? They all like
Are they recruiting?
They are all like that. You guys see the 4 Silverblood. They're not all captains. They're all old blood hunters, though. And Captain Nikolash addresses all of you. Am I interrupting anything?
No.
Yes, but I don't mind. Was it Orion?
No, she was saying the exact opposite.
No, but I mind.
Yeah. We should get our story straight for next time, but that's irrelevant. Do you need something?
I have under good information. You guys are the ones hunting the hag, yes?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Then here.
Yes.
He drops 4 bombs on the table.
They explode.
Not
all
lit.
dead.
They're not lit.
They're
They're not lit. They're not the
Yeah.
pins aren't pulled.
Yeah. He sets them down to make them accessible. She has the bag holder. She heads over and picks them up and puts them in the bag, safely and securely. Might I ask what those are, by the way?
Silver broom bombs.
Hmm.
Fairies.
That sounds very useful.
Fairies,
Yes.
hags, in particular, have a penchant for teleportation.
Right.
This should stop that.
Now that's what I like to hear.
How early or late should we use them?
They'll last a minute each. I would recommend using them as soon as possible.
Understood.
Anushka, can you roll me your Arcana, by the way? Just
Just-
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just real fast.
just out of curiosity. Yep.
Yeah, just something real fast. Just
Okay.
How long is
Oh,
the
that's
fuse
actually not
time
bad.
on these?
He blinks at you. Fuse time.
Do they just detonate immediately on impact?
Correct.
Okay. So in theory, we could just drop it down and have that be the introduction to us in the fight. Drop it on.
If you can drop it on the hag, sure. Anushka, the
Anyways,
female's silver blood hunter has like this very peculiar object at her hip, and you can swear to the gods it's whispering to you.
Oh God. What does it whisper? May I inquire?
It looks like a human skull, the upper half of it, except instead of like 2 eye slots, imagine all that's filled in with bone, and then there's like 7 thin lines where the eyes would be. Like make it this sort of half circle where the eye area would be.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why do you sound like you know what that is?
It just reminds me of those like shrunken heads from like Pirates of the Caribbean when they got like the little grills over the eyes.
That's what Anusha's skull looks like.
Yep, confirmed.
I think there's something wrong with you then.
We've been new.
It whispers at you.
Sir.
I see you.
I don't want you to.
The silverblood woman like looks at you looking at it, and she just gets a smirk on her face. Something the matter?
You just have some interesting accessories.
Oh, it's not an accessory.
Is it for, may I ask?
You'll see in the fight, maybe. But if you want a little taste, she holds it up, and you can see all the eyes begin glowing with like a little tiny bead of light in the middle of all of them. Not eyes, eye slots. Have you ever seen Shooting Stars, Tiefling?
The sky? Not really.
Would you like to?
Sort
Amber
of
like gets in the way of this bitch. Okay, listen up.
Hold up.
Kidding. She puts it away. The captain looks over his shoulder at the woman. I think that'll be all. Good hunting. See you on the march.
Good hunting.
To you as well.
They leave.
It's not our faction, but does Oriana have any idea who these people are? I'm assuming no.
Oh, everyone knows what Silverwoods are.
Well, I know Silverbloods. I meant them specifically.
Old blood hunters?
Yeah.
You would. I think it depends which province you're from, whether you would or would not know what that capability, that tier, that term is. So you're based out of Silphal, that you know 100%. They're among the most dedicated Silverblood hunters, and risk their lives to enter a new echelon. Again, I'm pretty sure Old Blood Hunter survival status for that ritual is single digit.
Woof.
But again, in fairness, there was a really notorious incident that got a lot of people killed when they tried to make them in bulk, and that probably skews the results a little bit.
We had 3 survivors. How many did you start with? 300.
200. Oh, that's crazy.
Shit.
Okay, you have an idea who they are. Alright. It is super late. It's 7
Holy
fucking
God.
o'clock.
Thank you for
That being
indulging.
said, I will stay on, because, I believe you wanted to talk with Captain Amaya.
I did. I also have a soliloquy I was going to say for combat, but
We will save that for next time.
And Oriana teaches Anushka how to read. That's it.
Yeah, we're just
Well, you try. Let's see about that. Roll that instructor stat.
it is a soliloquy.
Soliloquy.
Roll that instructor stat, and Anushka, roll me intelligence.
What is it,
Oh,
motherfucker? You said
What if you guys get a bardic?
I'll
I
take a
didn't say it
part.
fast enough. Sure. Or I could give both bardics. I don't know why I said one. I have enough to give both.
Only you.
Oriana, you get the favoritism thing, though.
Oh. I don't think I need
Just
it.
speak.
I mean, I
No, you
can roll
don't.
an 8.
Oh, to speak your thoughts aloud. Okay.
speaking your mind to yourself. It's usually like a theater thing.
I do that every day at work for 4 hours and then go home.
Oh, have you ever checked to
Yes,
see if you
see a
were
professional.
on stage? You
What's
might be a
that?
play
Or
character
Spectrum?
play.
No, but I have like a shit ton of these things called chromosomes. Oh my
Well-
god, you rolled a fucking 6.
Well, you
Hey.
rolled
Oh, that makes it double digits. 16, 14
14?
total?
God, you can tell she doesn't even know the fucking alphabet, can't you?
What
Christ.
about guidance? Is anyone around for guidance?
Guidance went last across all this.
Ah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Bardic shouldn't either, if I'm being honest, because, like, I'm pretty sure their lesson lasts for more than 10 minutes.
Oh.
I'll
Oh,
assume
okay,
that you're
I'll
nearby constantly, though, so that's fair. That being
Yes,
said, the
that's
people that
fine.
give guidance are not all sticking around.
Mhm.
That's fair.
So 21 plus 14. 35? Right, 21. My brain is fried right now. I believe it's 35. So, over the course of the evening, Anushka, you and Oriana begin... Well, I guess not the both of you. You begin learning Common. You realize now why the map had Xenia and Zephyr and stuff like that. Because Oriana teaches you the alphabet of Common using military jargon terms.
That sounds about right.
Ah, yes.
So, Alpha, Beta, Cinder, Delta, Echo, Fury, Gambit, it goes all the way to Zephyr. Z for Zephyr. So, you now know, in one evening, the general pronunciation and alphabet of In Common.
Let's go.
Hey. She'll just carry out a wee like note of the alphabet or something so she can like spell stuff out. I guess.
On that joyous note of character growth, I'm gonna hop off and get some sleep.
Yes, it is super,
Yeah.
super late.
I think I may do as well because I was honest to God drifting off there during that
It's
board
all good. We
meeting.
kept you up way too long. I'm sorry.
Oh, that coffee did not work
Oh,
at
both of
all.
y'all getting off.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I'll probably stick
Well, Fred,
around
it was always a pleasure, Fred.
Yeah.
Same, man.
I'm so glad you had that scene at the end. That was very nice.
Hmm.
Our collection.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
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 Okay. I'm gonna zip off as well.
Asshole.
Get out of here.
Right. Good night.
Good night.
Get out of here. God.
Garth, I have a question for both Garth and Crash.
I don't
Garth,
promise
did you
an
want?
answer.
Okay. Never mind then. Nope. Too bad.
So, anyways, about that question.
No, I was gonna say, did you? Are we doing a words? Give me a second. Are we like done, or is there still doing that scene with or Redain and I can't remember the other name.
Amaya.
Maya.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because Garth mentioned earlier that he had something to say to Silas, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, don't worry about
Do you
that.
want to do that? No. Okay.
No. That can entirely wait till the end of time for all I care. That's fine.
I will say, rule 1 of living in the Twins, just like in Australia,